oil and gas. There is no country in the world that has more. We're number one. I brought it to number one during my first term in terms of production. We're going to be number one plus. We'll do numbers that nobody will really see before. And when that happens, prices are going to start coming down because people can't afford their groceries, and they're going to be affording their groceries very soon. I tell the story about a woman who, an old woman, no money, went to a grocery store, had 3 apples. She put them down on the counter, and she looked, and she saw the price, and she said, "Would you excuse me?" And she walked one of the apples back to the refrigerator and came back to pay for the 2 apples. And she left with 2 apples. And the woman at the counter said that was so sad. And when I heard about the story, I said that should never happen.
Hello and welcome to What the Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Thursday, December 12th, 2024. Welcome to day 1423. Donald Trump pledged to use the first hours of his second presidency to pardon most individuals convicted for the January 6th Capitol attack. In an interview with Time, Trump said, "I'll be looking at J6 early on, maybe the first 9 minutes," adding, "We're going to do it very quickly, and it's going to start in the first hour that I get into office. A vast majority should not be in jail, and they've suffered gravely." He also suggested that the pardons would go to nonviolent people who were at the Capitol, which was overrun after Trump encouraged his supporters to fight like hell to stop Congress from certifying Biden as president. In response, Trump was impeached for incitement of insurrection for his role in the riots at the Capitol, which left 5 people dead. Trump is the only U.S. president to have been impeached twice. Meanwhile, Trump promised to deploy the military to deport migrants living in the country without legal permission, despite federal law barring the use of the military for law enforcement on U.S. soil. "I'll only do what the law allows," Trump said, "but I will go up to the maximum level of what the law allows." Trump argued that federal law permits military action if it's an invasion of our country, and I consider it an invasion of our country. He also intends to rescind a long-standing policy preventing immigration and customs enforcement from arresting immigrants at or near so-called sensitive locations such as churches, schools, and hospitals. Trump said, "Whatever it takes to get them out, I don't care. Honestly, whatever it takes to get them out." Trump has repeatedly promised to carry out what he has said that he wants to be the largest deportation operation in American history. Trump also admitted that bringing down grocery prices will be very hard, despite repeatedly promising during his campaign that prices will come down. During a speech in August, Trump told rallygoers, "You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast. Not only with insurance, with everything." And in September, he said, "Vote Trump and your incomes will soar. Your net worth will skyrocket. Your energy costs and grocery prices will come tumbling down." But now, earlier this week, Trump says he can't guarantee anything when he was asked whether his promised tariffs would increase prices for Americans. Trump said that while he'd like to bring down grocery prices, it's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard. When asked whether his presidency would be a failure if grocery prices don't come down, Trump responded that it was the Biden administration's fault, saying, "Look, they got them up." Moving on, Mitch McConnell warned that Trump's re-election puts Americans in a very, very dangerous world that's reminiscent of before World War II. McConnell added, "Even the slogan is the same, America first. That was what they said in the 30s. McConnell called Trump stupid and a despicable human being in his new biography, yet he still admitted that he voted for Trump last month. McConnell is the 82-year-old Republican who orchestrated 3 conservative Supreme Court nominations, blocked President Obama's nominee Merrick Garland, and filled more than 230 federal court vacancies as the Senate Republican leader. Earlier this week, McConnell fell and sprained his wrist and cut his face while walking out of a Republican luncheon. And finally, Time magazine named Donald Trump the twice-impeached, 4-time indicted, twice convicted, and now twice elected president its Person of the Year for a second time, despite his record of 34 felony charges, 88 criminal accusations, allegations of insurrection to overturn the 2020 election, more than $500 million in civil judgments, claims of unfitness from his first-term cabinet, openly fascist intentions, responsibility for overturning Roe v. Wade, at least 26 allegations of sexual misconduct, a failed COVID-19 response resulting in 400,000 deaths, promises to prosecute political opponents, family separation immigration policies, autocratic handling of Black Lives Matter protests, unprecedented meetings with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord, and repeated attacks on the press as fake news. To celebrate, Trump rang the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Anditas.